As the Premier League's resident Moneyball experts, Brentford have put together a team of relative unknowns and probably defied expectations as they start their 4th season in the Premier League. Honestly, it feels like they've been around longer, but Brentford have carried on their data-driven ideology that got a tiny club promoted from League 2 to the Premier League. Because of the lack of reputation in the squad, it does feel like EA has underrated quite a few of their players. However, just like the real team, you're going to be relying on Visser, Schade and Mbermo to provide any goals, while also hoping that a pretty cobbled together back four can prevent any chances from going in. A new look defensive line is pretty important on the save early on. It's hard to suggest who Brentford would actually sign here. In real life, they'll probably find a 6'7" monster from the Norwegian 2nd Division, and that's the kind of level you probably should be scouting. Maybe someone like Håkon Voldenwold would be a really good pick. He's young, full of potential, and plays for Rosenborg in the Norwegian league. Nils Zatterstrom, also at Malmo, could be a similar type of signing that would help bolster your back four. While it's not required to play as Brentford, I do think that Moneyball has to be a central theme for any save with Brentford. In fact, if you want a challenge, why not see if you can qualify for Europe while only signing players under 75 overall? I would say that this is 100% possible to do, and both of the suggestions earlier would have been valid once they developed to be good enough to get into your first team. But in their entire history, Brentford have only signed a handful of players over the rating of 75. Two of these players are still in the squad, Ben Mee and Mark Flecken, but other than that, most of them actually went on to flop. It is actually quite hard to suggest Moneyball signings because it depends on how you want to play. Of course, you could play like Thomas Frank does now in 2025, but he has had a couple of different tactics since he took over. I've created my favourite, which you can see right here, and if you're not a fan of Thomas Frank, why not try Mark Warburton's League 1 winning tactic, which was more similar to tiki-taka than Thomas Frank's long ball, and I do think that this current squad has what it takes to bring that ethos back to the Premier League.